Hey guys, this is Gene at DNS Bait, and it's Wednesday, February the 29th here. The big game fishing season is open through this weekend. Sunday night at midnight it'll close. So it's open this weekend right through Sunday night at midnight. As far as the fishing goes around town, there's still a handful of guys that have been fishing. The ice seems to be holding up okay, other than shoreline areas in a few areas. Up here on Lake Mendota County Park, Marshall Park, Pheasant Branch area, the shoreline ice is kind of tough there. But the guys are finding ways on, and once you get on, it seems to be fine. Other than some of the expansion cracks out on the lake, you definitely want to use some caution around those areas. But other than that, seems to be fine getting around, and there are guys still catching some perch out on Mendota here, from Fox Bluff County Park, or Fox Bluff to Second Point, and over by Picnic Point, Commodore Bar, all those areas, guys have been having still some success catching perch. As far as the pike fishermen go, over here off Governor's Island, Dunn's Bar, North Shore Bay, they've all been still having some success. North Shore Bay has been doing quite well for the last week or so. A lot of those fish are probably starting to migrate up into that shallower water up there towards their spawning areas. Walleye fishing, I have heard some walleyes over on Second Point in the Commodore area. Been kind of vague about that, but I have heard some keepers and a few of them. Over on Lake Monona, there's still guys perch fishing over off of B.B. Clark and Law Park areas there, out in about 55 feet of water. That fishing's been doing quite well. I heard it did taper a little bit with some of the bad weather we had last weekend, but I'm sure they're still going to be there and active as long as the ice is holding out. And I have heard the ice seems to be holding up fine so far. Over in Monona Bay in the Triangle area, that ice around those railroad trestles and bridge pylons is definitely gone or not good and even non-existent in areas. But there are still some guys poking around on the bay and having some success with some smaller bluegills and some crappies once in a while. Squaw Bay, the same thing. They've been getting a few bluegills still back in there. Generally smaller fish. And there is some areas in Squaw Bay starting to open up. So you definitely want to be using some caution out in that area too. Down on Lake Wabeesa, they're still fishing out on the lake out there, getting a few perch, getting a few walleyes I heard over by Rockford Heights. Over by Lake Farm Park, they've been catching a few bluegills, a few crappies, and a few perch. I don't think it's on fire by any means, but it's been keeping a handful of guys interested. And there's still some northern pike coming through the area there, and an occasional walleye once in a great while. I haven't heard anything on Lake Kegans as of late, which doesn't mean anything's not happening, but I just haven't heard, excuse me, I haven't heard much at all. I think that's really about it locally. A lot of guys are starting to head for the rivers up by Sauk City and up by the Dells, doing some walleye fishing in those areas. I did hear Tipperary Point isn't quite accessible yet up on Lake Wisconsin, but that should be happening real quick here. Really, that's about it for right now. If you guys got any questions, you can call us at the store, 608-241-4225. Or if you're on the road and need an update, you can use the telephone number for the fishing report, Big Fish 244-3474. So we'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.